Balik po kayo sa gusto ninyo i-content. Ayan. Anyway, edi ito na nga. Kasi merong content itong si Attorney Carlo Ibanez. Si Attorney Carlo Ibanez na medyo ano to, no, yung kumbaga parang he gets decent amount of following, 204,000 followers. He is a lawyer and parang ano yata siya, ano nga yung law firm, yung ano niya, banda niya. Basta nagbabanda rin siya. So parang, he seems to be a cool guy, ano? Yung parang, ano, marami siyang ginagawa sa buhay, ganyan. So, he seems to be a cool guy. Ganon. So anyway, meron siyang content. Meron siyang content yung tungkol doon sa about tama at mali, ganyan-ganyan, na, ano, tawag dito, sobrang off tangent. Sobrang off tangent. Yung parang very simplistic yung kanyang approach doon sa gusto ng mga Duterte supporters. Alam mo yon? Teka lang ha. Asa na nga yun? Ito. February 12. Ayan, okay. So, meron siyang content. Papakita ko lang sa inyo yung content niya. Ayan, ito. Tapos, ayan yung article niya. Babasahin ko lang ng very, very quick. And I would like to react on his post. Sabi niya, bago dumating ang mga Duterte sa buhay mo, hindi ba't malinaw naman sa iyo kung ano ang tama at mali? Di ba dati alam mo namang mali ang pumatay ng tao? Alam mo din na mali mang bastos ng babae, mali ang bastusin ang Diyos, mali ang lumabag sa batas, mali ang magbanta ng kamatayan sa ibang tao, mali ang kumampi sa dayuhan laban sa sariling bayan. You know, these are all assumptions of Attorney Carlo Ibanez na it is as if everything that Duterte did is something that is violative of his assumption. Yung assumption na mali abastusin ang Diyos. Binastos ba ni Duterte ang Diyos? No, hindi Diyos yung binastos ni Duterte. Catholic Church ang binastos niya. Yung hypocrisy ng Catholic Church ang binastos niya. Okay? Mali ang lumabag sa batas. When you say lumabag sa batas, what do you mean exactly? You are a lawyer. 'Di ba? You are a lawyer. When you say PRRD violated laws, hindi na presidente si PRRD, ano exactly isa-isahin ninyo yung mga batas na violate ni PRRD? Are you referring to the EJK? Then you are a lawyer. Why didn't you file cases against PRRD immediately after he lost his immunity from suit? 'Di ba? Mali ang magbanta ng kamatayan sa ibang tao. And this is what I don't understand. If you are a president and you are threatening criminals, threatening those people who are going to harm Filipinos, that you're not going to give them any leeway if they're going to harm innocent Filipinos, what's wrong about it? Hindi ko gets to. Hindi ko na, mali ang magbanta ng kamatayan sa ibang tao. Unang-una, sino ba yung pinagbabantaan? Sino ba yung pinagbabantaan? Ang pinagbabantaan po, yung mga tao na gagawa ng katarantaduhan sa mga inosenteng Pilipino. Ang pinagbabantaan yung mga drug lords, yung mga kriminal. What is wrong about it? What is wrong about it? Mali ang kumampi sa dayuhan labang sa sariling bayan. Sino ang kinampihan mong dayuhan? Laban sa sariling bayan. Yung ganitong yung ganitong tono ni Attorney Carlo Ibanez, and that is why we really have to speak up and push back against this kind of individuals. Kasi for example, si Attorney Carlo Ibanez, it's very easy to listen to him eh. Abogado, cool, 'di ba? Cool siya kasi musician eh. Di ba madaling makarelate na parang, wow, cool naman ito. Siguro tama lahat ng mga sinasabi nito. Madaling paniwalaan. If you are not critical enough, mabubuyo ka ng mga ganitong klaseng influencers. But his comment, his right up here doesn't have any context. Bago dumating ang mga Duterte sa buhay mo, hindi ba't malinaw naman sa'yo kung ano ang tama, mali? Yes. That's why I chose Duterte. Because I realized Dutertes are correct. PRRD was correct. Hindi naman porket naniwala ako kay PRRD, hindi ko na alam ang tama at mali. 'Di ba? Alam ko na dati obvious yan sa iyo. Pero ano nangyari nang dumating si Duterte sa buhay mo? Unti-unti mong gina-justify sa sarili mo na ang mali pwedeng maging tama. Pwede nang mambastos ng babae basta ang presidente naman ang gumawa at nag-joke at joke lang naman yon. Unang-una, okay? Unang-una, what PRRD did, yung mga pagiging babaero niya, yung pakiskis niya sa mga babae publicly, ganyan-ganyan. Of course, it is distasteful. I do not agree with it. Ayoko yun, yung ginawa na yun ni Duterte, hindi ko yung trip na parang, bro naman yan, Mr. President, huwag naman ganyan. Huwag naman ganyan, huwag naman yung may kiss-kiss pa, ganyan-ganyan. But was there any women who were asked to do it without consent? 'Di ba? Abogado ka. Abogado ka, dapat alam mo kung gaano kaimportante ang salitang consent. So of course, what PRRD did, yung pakiskis niya, yung mga pa-flirt-flirt niya, those are actually very distasteful. I don't like it either. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to abandon all the things that he had done because of that. It is something that he could have done better. 'Di ba? It is something that sana hindi gano'n, sana hindi ganyan yung approach ni PRRD. Kaso nga lang ganyan na talaga yan eh. Yung nga sinasabi ng mga Bisaya eh, ay hindi niyo na mababago yung matandang yan. Ganyan na yan, mayor na yan, ganyan na kalandi yan. 'Di ba? Attorney, anong tama? Babaero ni PRRD ang rapist na addict. Sabi ni Jerp. Correct. 'Di ba? Pwede nang labagin ang pwede nang mambastos ng babae. Parang sino yung nabastos na babae? Unang-una, sino yung mga nabastos na babae? Yung sa mga babaeng kinis niya publicly, yung mga biniro-biro niya, do they feel offended dun sa ginawa ni PRRD? Do they feel that there is harassment? If it is something that was done consensual and it is consensual, anong problema mo? 'Di ba? And ito nga yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, consistency kasi dapat eh. Kaya hindi ba sinasabi ko sa inyo, yung tingin ko doon sa ginagawa ni Lisa. Kunwari, totoo yung mga sinabi ni Dean Chase na parang, yan si Lisa at saka si BBM, ganito yung trip nila sa sex, ganito yung ginagawa nila, too big, ganun-ganon, yung mga ganong etos. Of course, I don't like it. Of course, I don't like it. But it is their sex. It is their sex. So if they're doing it and everybody's involved in that, everybody who are involved in that sex are doing it consensually, wala na akong pakialam doon. But of course, it's still not, it is not something that I'm going to approve of. Diba? Putang ina, trip nyo yan. Kadiri yung trip niyo and I'm going to move on. 'Di ba? Pati Diyos minura, hindi niya minura ang Diyos niya. Ang minura niya yung Catholic Church at yung kaplastikan ng Catholic Church. You look at the videos, you go back to the videos. Ang pinupunto doon ni PRRD na hindi niyo maintindihan kahit kailan is the hypocrisy of the Catholic Church. And I agree with PRRD. Catholic Church is really very corrupt. Catholic Church is really very corrupt. Ngayon, PRRD doesn't agree with the teachings of the Catholic Church. No, trip niya yun. Trip niya yun. Yun yung spirituality niya eh. Kaya nga sinasabi ni PRRD, my God is perfect. My God has common sense. Kayo, at saka kayo na mga nagpupush dyan, yung mga banal-banalang katoliko, kayo, yung Diyos ninyo, hypocrite. Kasi hypocrite din kayo eh. You're not real. Yung mga Catholic na kakilala ko, very, very few of them are living true Christian life. Karamihan sa mga Catholic na kakilala ko, ipokrito naman talaga. Ayaw nyo sa bastos. Yung mga sexual harassment na nangyayari, rape na mga pare sa mga sakristan, na nangyayari sa Catholic Church, did Catholic Church do anything about it? So ngayon, yung paulit-ulit yung minura ang Diyos, hindi minura ang Diyos, ang minura yung Diyos nyong ipokrito. Yung institution, yung religious institution ninyo na ipokrito, hindi yun ang Diyos. Ayun. Anyway, Prodigal Princess, exactly my point. Hindi perfect si tatay pero may malasakit sa bansa. Okay na ha, Prodigal Princess, binasa ko na. Please do not spam. O so ngayon, kayo paulit-ulit kayo, binastos ni PRRD ang Diyos, ganyan, hindi, tanga. Ang binastos niya doon, yung Catholic Church. Actually, binastos in a sense na real talk rin naman yun eh. Real talk rin naman yun eh. Kayo, ipokrito kayo kasi yung Diyos nyo ipokrito. Kasi yung simbahan nyo ipokrito. Okay? So, pwede nang labagin ang batas dahil hindi naman importante yung mga right to due process, right to privacy, right to travel, at iba pang right ng mga yan. I do not know exactly what he's talking about here. Pwedeng labagin ang batas na hindi naman importante yung mga right to due process, right to privacy, right to travel, at iba pang right ng mga yan. Ano exactly yung mga rights na violate ni PRRD when it comes to due process, when it comes to right to privacy, when it comes to right to travel, at yung iba pang right na tinutukoy ni Attorney Carlo Ibanez. Pwede nang mag-death threat live basta't kalaban ang pinagbabantaan. Well, ang kalaban is yung kriminal. Mga drug lords. Okay lang talaga yung pagbantaan, Attorney Carlo. Anong balak mo sa mga kalaban ng bansa? Anong balak mong gawin sa mga kriminal, sa mga korap? Sa mga nagnanakaw ng pera sa kaban ng... Gusto mo barkadahin? Anong gusto mong gawin sa kanila? Gusto mo lang ilibre ng Jollibee? Gusto mong pumarty sa kanila? Kay Elvinsky, wala akong pakialam. Yung creator na Adan Eva, wala akong pakialam. This is not a theological channel. Okay? Pwede nang mag-death threat live basta kalaban ng pinagbabantaan. Basta po kalaban ng bansa, pagbabantaan mo talaga. Kung ikaw ay leader at pinagtatanggol mo ang welfare ng taong bayan, pagbabantaan mo ang lahat ng elemento na sasaktan ang kapwa mo Pilipino. Nabababuyin ang iyong kabataan sa bansa mo. Hindi ko alam, bakit? Bawal ba sa inyo ang magbanta? Bawal ba sa inyo ang mag-threat? Pagka kunwari ikaw pinagtatanggol mo yung sarili mo, di ba nagbabanta ka rin naman minsan? Sige, babuyin mo ako, idedemanda kita. Diba? Subukan mong kantiin ako. Magpapatayan tayo dito. Oh. What exactly is the problem with the mere pagbabanta? Diba? If PRRD is threatening the criminals, the drug lords, and the corrupts, and those threats will not amount to ano, no? Those threats will not amount to something illegal. O ay anong problema? Sabi ni Dan, bawal sa batas ano? Bawal sa batas ang mag-threaten ng kriminal? Lalo na yung mga kriminal na pumapatay, bawal silang i-threaten. Yung mga nangingidnap, pag threaten ni PRRD, hindi ko kayo sasantuhin. Huhulihin ko kayo at hindi ko kayo sasantuhin. We're going to use full force on you. Yes, patunayan muna at makonvict. Pag na-convict, saka mo papatayin. Pwede ba yun? Meron bang ganon? Walang ganon. Legal process tayo, ma'am. What is the legal process then? What is the legal process? Would you like to come up, Dan? Teka lang ha, Jab, wait lang ha, tatapusin ko lang tong comment ni, yung content ko dito tungkol kay Attorney Carlo, and then I'm going to, give you the floor. But please allow me to finish this first. Konti na lang naman eh. Pwede nang ipamigay ang teritoryo ng bansa kasi di naman natin kayang ipaglaban. Meron bang na ipamigay na teritoryo si PRRD nung panahon niya? Did we lose any square inch of our territory during the time of PRRD? This was confirmed during the debate between Kiko Pangilinan and Alan Peter Cayetano. PRRD was able to keep the territorial integrity of the Philippines. Walang nawalang teritoryo noong panahon ni PRRD. Noong panahon ni Pinoy, meron. And now, we also lose control doon sa, if I remember it correctly, Marshall Islands. We lose control in certain territories now. So, ito pwedeng ipamigay ang teritoryo ng bansa kasi di naman natin kaya ipaglaban. Sinong nagpamigay ng teritoryo? This is very, very misinformed, Attorney Carlo Ibanez. And for someone who is a lawyer and is being looked up by a lot of younger Filipinos, no? Or even maybe yung mga matatanda rin. Yung mga ganitong remarks, sobrang unintelligent. Very, very unintelligent. Pero hindi yan natatapos sa metamorphosis mo. Yung dating mga bagay na mali, ngayon hinahangaan mo na. Ang mga mali, naging virtue pa sa'yo, sabi niya. Well, because if something that was done is well thought of, pinag-isipang mabuti, at hindi lang yung parang superficial na virtue na kagaya ng tinutukoy mo, Attorney Carlo, hinahangaan talaga yon. Yung ganitong klaseng virtue signaling na ginagawa mo na hindi pinag-isipan, walang konteksto, walang basihan, hindi yan hinahangaan. Because what you're saying here, lack context. Lahat na sinasabi mo dito, lack context. Pwede nang ipamigay yung teritoryo ng bansa. Sino nagpamigay ng teritoryo ng bansa? Si Pinoy nagpamigay ng teritoryo ng bansa. Hindi niya nagpaglaban yung Scarborough Shoal. Teritoryo yun, ha? Teritoryo yun. Si PRRD ba, meron siyang nag-give up na teritoryo ng bansa? Wala naman. Pero hindi siya nagtatapos sa metamorphosis mo, ayan, ang mali ay naging virtue pa sa'yo. Yung tingin niya sa mali is very, very superficial. Kasi for him, mali ba ang pumatay? Absolutely mali ang pumatay sa kanya. Regardless of the situation, mali ang pumatay sa kanya. And if you are a lawyer, this is actually very, very disappointing. Kasi, merong instances that the liability will not attach to a person pag nakapatay siya, when that person is acting in self-defense. Also, yung mga government officials, lalo na yung law enforcement, if they are doing their job in the course of their duty at nakapatay sila or whatsoever, ganyan-ganyan, hindi rin sila Hindi rin yun, hindi rin yun na pagpatay na tinatawag mong mali. If it is absolutely necessary to preserve your own life, if it is done because you're carrying out your duty, nandun ka sa bypass operation, pinagtatanggol mo ang sarili mo, and if you're not going to kill the criminal will kill you. It is a death that is necessary, and it is a death that is justifiable. So ngayon yung sinasabi mo na, alam mo naman mali ang pumatay. Teka, sa anong konteksto muna? Paano ba nagkaroon ng patayan in the first place? 'Di ba? Nagkaroon ba ng patayan during a lawful operation? If the answer is yes, o anong problema mo? Now, if you think it will not fall within the ambit of self-defense, then you argue. Sue them. It is not self-defense, Your Honor. Dapat maging liable siya. Hindi justify yung pagpatay. 'Di ba? Hindi justified yung pagpatay. So you argue. There are many exceptions provided in our laws. Instances when, killing may be justified. Yun yung sabi ng batas natin. So ngayon, ano yung sinasabi mo na ang alam natin pag pumatay mali? Is that an absolute rule? Attorney Carlo Ibanez? Hindi naman absolute yun eh. Because the moral consequences of that, the moral dilemma, pagdating dyan sa mga patayan na yan or something, ganyan-ganyan, if you're going to kill someone who is about to kill more people, what's the moral recourse? You kill that person who is a threat to 100? Or you're just going to allow that freak to kill the 100 because you cannot kill the freak? Anong gagawin mo dyan? Ang problem kasi, dito sa mga statements ni Attorney Carlo Ibanez, pag nilagay ka na sa moral dilemma, hindi na totoo yung sentences mo. 'Di ba? Mali ang pumatay, ganyan-ganyan. Actually, pagka pinatay mo, yung isang tao who is about to kill 100 people, mas moral yun kesa yung wala kang gagawin at hahayaan mo na lang mamatay yung 100. Because you're going to save the criminal, but you're going to allow the 100 people to die. So ngayon, your question, mali ang pumatay, is already wrong. Maling-mali na yun, Attorney Carlo. So yung mga ganyan sinasabi mo na bago dumating si Duterte sa buhay mo, ganyan-ganyan, alam mo na, mali na ko ng tama at mali, ganyan-ganyan, yes. And Duterte coming to our lives, operationalize things that a lot of people are just thinking na, pwede palang gawin ito. Para pala sa ikabubuti ng mas marami, para pala sa isang decisive na government, para pala mas maprotektahan mo ang mas nakararami, ganitong mga desisyon ang kailangan mong gawin. That's what our PRRD did. Alam niya na yung ginawa niya is something that will cost him in the future. Dahil binangga niya yung mga mabibigat eh. 'Di ba? Mahirap sa'yo DDS, dunong-dunungan kayo. Mas marunong talaga kami sa'yo, Brian. Mas marunong talaga kami sa inyo kasi nga tanga kayo eh. Kagaya niyan, mali ang pumatay. Oh, talaga? Oh, talaga? Mali ang pumatay? No exception yan? No exception yan? Ba't binigyan mo pa ng baril yung mga pulis? Sino pa mabibigat na binangga niya? Marami. Mabilog, sila Jaguar, yung pamilya ni Kerwin Espinosa. Mga drug lords, big drug lords in the Visayas, in Mindanao, and in Luzon. You just have to Google it. Please help yourselves. Mabigat po yun. Yes, mabigat yun. Yung mga drug lords sa Misamis, ano? Mabibigat yun. Mga paruhinog, mabibigat yun. Okay? PRRD is also not afraid to push back against oligarchs. Ayun. Okay? So, pwede nang tawaging stupid si God. I don't know. Ay, teka, sorry. Tapos na pala tayo dyan. Ang mali naging virtue sa'yo, ang pumatay, matapang, ang mambastos ng babae, macho, ang walang galang sa Diyos, honest, ang lumabag sa batas, madiskarte, ang kumampi sa dayuhan, praktikal. Look at yourself in the mirror. This is the person you have become. And this is actually, this is, ano ba tawag doon sa mga tao na over yung yung feeling righteous? Yung over yung self-righteousness? Grabe yung pagiging self-righteous dito ni Attorney Carlo, no? Ang pumatay, matapang, ang nambasto sa babae, macho, ang walang galang sa Diyos, honest. Okay. Ang pumatay, matapang, no. We are not calling PRRD matapang because he can kill people. We call PRRD matapang kasi hindi siya takot na labanan ang mga masasamang elemento na lumalapastangan sa Pilipinas. Hindi takot si PRRD na gumawa ng desisyon na mabibigat. Kaya matapang si PRRD. Hindi siya matapang just because pumapatay kasi. Hindi yun ganon. Okay? Ang nambastos ng babae, macho. Again, paano niya binastos yung mga babae? Sino yung mga babaeng binastos ni PRRD? Sa lahat ng mga sinabi nyo, nambastos si PRRD ng mga babae, bakit hanggang ngayon walang nag-move forward na babae at sinabi na nambastos si PRRD ng babae? Sobrang babaero ni PRRD? Bakit walang ni isang babae ang nag-move forward at nagsabi na binastos ako ni PRRD? So itong nambastos ng babae macho, okay? This is actually very, very misplaced. Kasi ikaw, siguro, kung ikaw yung hinalikan ni PRRD, feeling mo, mababastos ka. Kaso hindi man ikaw yung hinalikan eh. Ang hinalikan ni PRRD yung gusto ring magpahalik. 'Di ba? Like I said, is it something that I like? No, I don't like it. Hindi ko gusto yung mga ganun-ganun ni PRRD na parang sana naman yung secret nyo na lang yan. Huwag na sa public event. Ano ba yan? I don't like it. I disagree with it. Na meron siyang mga ganung activity sa public. I wanted him to be more, to be more presidential. Sana iniwasan niya yung mga ganong eksena. But if you are telling me, if you are asking me that I abandon PRRD simply because of that, hindi nga nagreklamo yung mga babae. 'Di ba? Hindi naman kayo yung ka-lips to lips. O ba't offended kayo? So yun ang bastos ng babae, macho. Actually, PRRD is macho. Hindi dahil na nambabastos siya ng babae, kundi dahil she can get any women he wants. Ang tanda na ni PRRD, nandun niya sa sahig. Sabi nga ni Inday Sara, believe din ako dito sa tatay ko, tanda-tanda na nakakulong na pinag-aagawan pa rin ng mga babae. PRRD is a classic macho. He's the, he's the standard Casanova. Babaero talaga. Macho talaga. Mahal talaga, lapitin talaga ng mga chicks. Hindi siya macho dahil nambastos siya ng babae, Attorney Carlo. Okay? Macho siya kasi yun talaga yung charm niya. And that's proven. Ang dami niyang naging girlfriends. At yung mga girlfriends niya, ang gaganda. Ma'am Elizabeth Zimmerman, yung pinakasalan niya, okay, ay napakaganda. After Madam Zimmerman, look at the other girlfriends. Miss Hanelet, Girly Balaba, at yung iba pa, ano meron pa yung Patricia something na sinasabi? Yung mga iba pang mga girlfriends ni PRRD, ang gaganda. Okay, pag tatay mo babaero, proud ka, sabi ni Yaj. Unang-una, okay, kung babaero si PRRD, problema yun ng pamilya niya. Problema yun ng pamilya niya. Okay? I think the family of PRRD came terms to the pambababae of PRRD. Wala, tanggap na namin babaero talaga yan. Ganon. Pero ang tanong, sa pambababae ba niya, meron ba siyang binastos? Yun yung crucial dyan. O sige, babaero si PRRD. Meron ba siyang binastos na babae? Hi, Queen P. Hello, hello. Meron bang binastos si PRRD na babae? You answer us. Meron, nanay ng anak niya. Sinong nanay ng anak niya? Hello? Si Ma'am Elizabeth nga, okay nga lang sa kanyang alagaan si PRRD eh. Paglabas ni PRRD ng The Hague, willing si Madam Elizabeth na alagaan si PRRD. Sino pa din sila Sara? Si Sara ay anak. Hindi siya girlfriend ni PRRD. Hindi role model as a leader, sabi ni Breakthrough. Breakthrough, tanga-tanga ka naman eh. Di ba ikaw yung baliw na nakausap ko before? Hindi role model na leader, nakakapag-deliver nga si PRRD. Yung mga policies niya, proven to work. So, ibig sabihin, ikaw, pag pipili ka ng leader, gusto mo yung faithful sa asawa. Pwede naman yun. Pwede naman yun. Kaso nga lang, anong pakialam mo doon sa relationship nilang mag-asawa? Paano ka nakakasigurado na iboboto mong leader ay faithful sa kanyang asawa? 'Di ba? Yung mga ganyang klaseng standard, yung mga ano nila, yung mga ganyang isip nila, Breakthrough at saka nito ni Attorney Carlo, yung parang yung mga ganyang bagay na kailangan ng gusto kong leader yung faithful sa asawa, hindi babaero, ganyan, ganyan, isa lang ang girlfriend, yung mga ganong etos. Hindi kayo naghahanap ng leader, naghahanap kayo ng jowa. Maintindihan ko pa kung sasabihin ninyo, ayaw kong maging jowa si PRRD dahil babaero. Wag mo talaga siyang jowain kasi talaga marami kayo sa buhay niya. 'Di ba? Yun talaga siya babaero siya eh. Wag mo kasing jowain para hindi ka namumroblema. Ngayon, as a leader, okay, he proved that he's able to do things. He proved that he can actually change things. Meron siyang Exhibit A, Davao City. Nabago niya ang Davao City. Nakapagdala siya ng peace and order sa Davao City. Tapos hindi mo titingnan yon, ang priority mo yung pambababae niya. Bakit jojowain mo? Breakthrough, jojowain mo ba si PRRD? Yun ba ang standard mo sa paghahanap ng leader? 'Di ba? Kaya kayo nasasabihang tatanga-tanga. Look at yourself in the mirror. This is the person you have become. Simula nang dumating si Duterte sa buhay mo, tinapon mo na ang prinsipyo mo sa basurahan. Sabing gano'n ni Carlo Ibanez. And I think this is really, really stupid. A very, very stupid write-up for someone who is gravely misinformed on why people love PRRD. Ayun. Self-defeating, sabi niya, proud tapos binastos, ugok. Sino tinutukoy nito ni Jay? Ayun. So anyway, yun yung hindi ko magets dun sa ibang mga tao, no? Yung mga nagsasabi na, eto si Yaj, inakyat ko si Yaj. Ayan. Yun yung, Yaj, bibigyan kita ng moment ha, pauunahin lang natin si Sihaya. Ayan. Yung hindi ko magets dun sa ibang mga tao. Ang dami-dami yung reklamo dun sa mga qualities ni PRRD that has nothing to do with his approach to leadership. Kagaya yan, yung pagiging babaero niya, yung nagkikiss siya ng mga babae publicly, ganyan-ganyan. And like I said earlier, no, I do not approve yung mga ganun-ganung klaseng public engagement ni PRRD na meron siyang kinikis na kung sino-sino. For me, kung meron siyang gustong ikis, sana secret na lang, wag na lang ginagawa sa public. 'Di ba? Sana sinikret nyo na lang yan. Sana ano na lang, yung kunwari closed door meeting or something like that. Mag-alikis kayo diyan. Pero
Hindi,
sana hindi na public.
sa akin ganito.
Yaj, hindi pa ikaw. Si Sihaya muna. Kung di ka makakapaghintay, bababa kita.
Okay, sabi mo.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Anyway, ayun, Sihaya, anything else you want to say and anything you want to share?
Hi, Miss Joy. Good evening. Good morning sa tanan tao. I don't know much about. I don't know much in detail about PRRD's personal life, and I don't really care. Kasi I see him as a leader. Hindi naman siya pupunta sa
Hindi naman natin sa boyfriend, di ba? Hindi naman sa jojowain.
Hindi naman yung qualifier factor for me for him to rule a country, no? Although that matters to a lot of people, yung morality aspect niyan. Pero I think for a lot of people here who works in a corporation, do you really care kung yung pinaka-top boss nyo ay maraming, you know, ganun?
Curricular activities.
Yeah, I think the only problem is that wala kasi tayong divorce eh. Like, I don't know kung if they separated legally with his first wife and then he ended all those other relationships before he started. Yung mga ganun. I don't know. We don't know that.
But that's the problem for the family eh, diba? That is something that the PRRD and the entire family has to handle. Diba?
Yeah, that's their say.
Sa kanila na yun.
Since wala namang kaso, di ba, kasi illegal yung mga ganyan, may mga laws saying ganyan, then it means then he probably ended those relationships with other women before he started new one. So, parang out na tayo noon. I think the problem is that wala kasi tayong divorce, kaya ganyan yung nangyayari. But people that does have the right to separate. Alam mo yun? So, parang kung ganyan yung basis nyo, hindi sana pare.
Feeling ko naman kahit merong divorce, feeling ko naman kahit may divorce, it doesn't matter, mambababae pa rin si PRRD. It will not change. Ayun.
Yeah, but it's like, it doesn't matter kasi kung mambabae siya. At what matters talaga is if there is parang yung cheating, for example, ganun. And I don't think he's that kind of person. I think he respects women enough to end things with one and then start new one naman ganun. So, parang yun lang yung view ko nun. And yung sinasabi mong, I don't know, that guy yung binasa mo, Miss Joy, but I just feel like he's very pampered, no, as a lalaki, to have that kind of view. Like, wow, you're very privileged to grow up not feeling any...
dun sa alam niya about PRRD. Parang, why did you judge people who are supportive of PRRD just because, mali ang pumatay? Sure ka, attorney? Absolutely, there's no exception about pumatay?
Miss Joy, alam mo, ang mga ganyang tao, those are the people who never felt endangered in their life or never felt any of their loved ones endangered in their life. So, sobrang pampered na hindi nila ma-realize na, you know, there is this, it's not black and white, it's always gray. The world is gray. Like, the villains can be the good guys too. Parang ganun. Parang, it's not that, like, it's not morally black and white. Everything is gray. And then parang you cannot judge parang you expect someone to be a perfect person na when that person came from a very chaotic environment. You have to realize that PRRD cleaned up an environment that was chaotic. He did not grow up in a in a peaceful era. He created that peaceful era for the Davaoenos, and it carried over for Mindanao. You have to realize that. Hindi ka magkakaroon ng Lenny kung yung background mo ay kagaya ni PRRD. This is what a lot of you young people do not realize. You expect a morally perfect leader without a morally perfect background. Ano yan? Kung si Lenny magiging ganyan, kung pinatay yung lahat ng family ni Lenny or experience some very, very disgusting crime, do you think magiging ganyan si Lenny? I don't think so. Pampered yung morality niyo. Tingnan mo yung mga Epstein files ngayon, di ba? Like, look at all those moral leaders. Disgusting.
Yung sa Epstein files ngayon, no, yung grabe yung yung pag-look away ng every single institution, you expect to do the right thing na, 'di ba? Si PRRD hindi siya nag-look away, 'di ba? Hindi siya nag-look away dun sa drugs, hindi niya tinolerate yung mga oligarchic connivance, ganyan. Hindi niya tinolerate. I mean, PRRD wasn't able to solve all the problems of the Philippines, but it was very, very clear that he did some serious pushback that no other leaders had done.
Yes, Miss Joy. He created enough order for us Filipinos to breathe, no? Kasi for how many decades tayo parang yung normalize lang yung riding in tandem, like you know na baka ma-hold up ka later on if you just walk alone at night in the dark. Yung mga ganun, that's normalized in the news. At biglang, wow, okay, we can travel kasi it's safe. I have this feeling na it's safe. Even foreigners can attest to that. Even foreigners who lived here saw the difference. Alam mo yun? Tapos sabihin mo ganun, bawal pumatay. I'm pretty sure I'm not in defense of all of the police or men in uniform kasi alam ko, well, in every group naman there's always a bad and good, diba, people. Pero I'm pretty sure a lot of them or several of them felt relieved, no, na they can finally handle or they can finally do something about these mga repeater na offenders. Kasi alam ko, like, we have a neighbor police and there's sometimes they chika-chika yung gano'n na parang paulit-ulit na yan pero you cannot do anything kasi may background, may connections and all that. And like those things happen. It's not morally good. It's not part of due process. Pero if you retaliated, alam mo yun, if you have a little sister, for example, who was raped by 5 men and then brutally killed, how would you feel?
The I posted a heinous crime that happened in Negros. 3 minor children killed by someone using stone. Bato ang ginamit, pinatay 3 bata. Tapos yung 4 years old, dinukot ang mata.
Ouch.
Now, if you are going to lead this country, how are you going to manage this kind of criminality? Diba? Anyway, si Haya, you have meron ka pang gustong sabihin or bigay na natin yung floor kay Yaj?
Yeah, lastly lang, I just wanna, kasi, and FU, hindi ako nag-English just because, nag-English ako kasi hindi ako marunong mag-Tagalog and Bisaya, hindi ka naman makaintindi ng Bisaya, putang ina mo. I just wanna say that, sometimes kasi I check social media and alam mo naman the whole, South China Sea issue is back and forth, and then we have to suffer the consequences of seeing Tariana's face in social media over and over again. At alam mo, yung napapansin ko lang, Miss Joy, is that they really, they really avoid discourse talaga. They try so hard, especially TV5, kasi alam naman si Manny Pangilingan yun, diba? Like, they really try to really push a narrative na that a lot of really Filipinos, like wala sa consciousness ng Filipinos that we are undergoing the manufacturing of consent, di ba? And I compare that the difference between the Chinese netizens, kasi yung sa Xiaohongshu sa Red Note, they're very much aware when it comes to that conversation. And the difference between Instagram and TikTok. Sa Instagram kasi, grabe yung mga Pinoy doon. Like, sobrang-sobrang believe na believe sa the propaganda of the US. Well, here, it's more balanced at TikTok eh. So, there's not that discourse, no? And, alam mo yun pa, unti-unti tayo. 70, I remember, before, di ba, yung survey nila sa mga anti-China, was not 70%. It was lower. So can you imagine that? It's slowly really getting us there, and we're so blind. Like very few of us can see the pattern, but the rest of the Filipinos, either they are manipulated enough or dinideprive sila with that other information. And I think yung pushback natin, I think parang, ewan ko, parang it's not enough and we should be pushing back on that kasi parang paunti-unti na. Yun na, Miss Joy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you si Haya. Well, speaking of pushing back, ang problem kasi sa totoo lang, alam mo napansin ko, ang sobrang sobrang tolerant talaga ng mga Pilipino. And I think this is something that we should really consciously change. Like for example, yung ICC abolition. Ang reaction ng mga tao, parang, ano ang tawag dito? Wala tayong magagawa dyan sa ICC. Paano walang magagawa sa ICC? All the voices of all countries came from the people. Okay? Of course, you're one voice. Of course, it's difficult. Wala man nagsabing madaling i-abolish ang ICC eh. But if you're not going to complain, if you're not going to call out, yeah, well, hindi talaga ma-abolish yan forever. If you're not going to cry foul, if you're not going to talk about the weaknesses of ICC, especially on its funding, talagang walang mangyayari. Talagang dyan lang yung ICC forever and ever. Amen. 'Di ba? Sabi ni Steve Ficus, tawag dyan slave mindset. Always saying, okay lang, let it be. Correct. Kasi nga slave ka eh. Slave ka eh. So you always think wala kang magagawa. Kasi may amo ka. 'Di ba? You're not sovereign for yourself, for your country. Kasi nga, alipin ka lang. 'Di ba? So ano ka, I am a sovereign person, may sariling isip, may sariling utak. Hindi kagaya mo JH, utak, alipin. Ayun. Okay, Yaj, anything you want to share?
Sa akin naman,
Yaj, ikaw ba si I Show Meet?
hindi.
Sure?
Oo naman.
Okay, sige.
Sa akin naman,